All right, so we're going to continue here with number 11, and it's another multiplication problem. We have 1 2/3 times 3 1/2. Again, I'm going to rewrite this. 1 2/3 times 3 1/2. The way they are written in the Google documents and on the slide that I have shown here, it's kind of tricky going around the horn and getting it correctly changed into an improper fraction. So it's nice to rewrite it like this. It's just easier. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, and put that over 3. Times, and then do the same thing here. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, and put that over our denominator of 2. 7 over 2. All right, and now I can go ahead and multiply. First, though, is there anything I can simplify? Um, the 5 doesn't share any common factors with the 2 or the 3 other than 1. And 7, again, the same thing is true here. We can't simplify anything with 3 or 2 here. So I just multiply. 5 times 7 is 35 over 3 times 2, which is 6. So I know it's fully simplified, but I don't want to leave my answer as an improper fraction. Remember, the fraction bar means divide. That means divide. So we need to divide 35 by 6, and then it will be converted back to a mixed number. 6 times 5 is 30. When I subtract, I get a remainder of 5, which goes over the divisor of 6. So 5 and 5/6. I'll rewrite that here. 5 and 5/6 is what we get when we multiply 1 2/3 by 3 1/2. All right, number 12. 1 3/10 times 2 6/7. Again, let's rewrite these. 1 3/10 times 2 6/7. And I'll go around the horn here. 10 times 1 is 10, plus 3 is 13. We put that over our denominator of 10. And then we're multiplying. And I'll go around the horn here. 7 times 2 is 14. Add 6, that's 20. Put that over our denominator of 7. This time I can do some simplifying before I multiply these together. The 10 and the 20. So 10 goes into 10 once, it goes into 20 twice. And that's it though, I can't simplify anything else. The 13 and the 7 are both prime, and actually 2 is prime as well. So I'll just multiply, if I can keep that box from popping up. 13 times 2 is 26 over 1 times 7, which is 7. Just like in number 11, I have it fully simplified, but it's improper. So I need to divide 26 by 7 in order to convert it back to a mixed number. 7 times 3 is 21. I subtract that from 26, I have a remainder of 5. The remainder goes over the divisor of 7, so I have 3 5/7. Okay? Moving on to number 13. Now we're moving into the division problems. And the key with division, well, first I'm going to rewrite it so the numerators are directly over the denominators. 3/8 divided by 2 1/4. I like how 3/8 looks. It's just a fraction, but 2 1/4 is a mixed number. I need to go around the horn and change that into an improper fraction. Whenever you're multiplying or dividing, you want all your mixed numbers to be expressed as improper fractions. So let's go around the horn. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. We put that over our denominator of 4. So now I have 3/8 divided by 9/4. Notice it's still a division problem. I haven't done anything other than rewrite 2 1/4 as an improper fraction. Now that I've done that, now I can use the reciprocal value to rewrite this in multiplication mode. So I have 3/8 times, I could use a times sign, I could use a dot. I can use an asterisk to show multiplying. It doesn't matter. 3/8 times, and then we need the reciprocal of 9/4, which is 4/9. Now that it's written as a multiplication problem, we can do some simplifying. The 4 and the 8 are both divisible by 4. 4 goes into 4 once. It goes into 8 twice. And the 3 and the 9 are both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And so now when I multiply, 1 times 1 is 1 over 2 times 3, which is 6. My answer is 1/6. 3/8 divided by 2 1/4 equals 1/6. Number 14, 5 5/8 divided by 9. So I'm going to rewrite this. 5 5/8 divided by 9. All right, so I'll go around the horn here to change this to an improper fraction. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 5 is 45, and we put that over 8. And we're dividing by 9, and as an improper fraction, we would write 9 over 1. Any whole number can be written as a fraction by just putting it over 1. Okay, now we're still not ready though, because we need to change this into a multiplication problem by multiplying by the reciprocal of 1/9. So I have 45 over 8 times, and then flip this one over, 1/9. Now I can simplify before I multiply. 9 goes into 9 once. 9 goes into 45 5 times. And so when I multiply these, 5 times 1 is 5 over 8 times 1, which is 8. I get an answer of 5/8. I don't know if I should show you this, but I'm going to. When you see 45/8 divided by 9 over 1, you know, I've been telling you always change it into multiplication mode by multiplying by the reciprocal of that second fraction, which is good advice. But if you are dividing fractions and you just happen to have numerators that divide nicely and denominators that divide nicely, you can just divide 45 by 9 and get 5. And then 8 divided by 1 is 8. Notice we get the same answer both ways. Nonetheless, though, I think it's just good practice to, anytime you're dividing by a fraction, rewrite it as a multiplication problem by multiplying by its reciprocal value. All right, and then we have one more example here, number 15. Let me switch back to my original color here. 4 1/2 divided by 3 3/4. Let's rewrite that. 4 1/2 divided by 3 3/4. All right, so now let's change these into improper fractions. When multiplying or dividing, always change your mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we'll go around the horn here. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Put that over your denominator of 2. Divided by, same thing over here. 4 times 3, that's 12. Plus 3 is 15. And we put that over 4. 9/2 divided by 15 over 4. Now, let's rewrite it in multiplication mode. So we have 9/2 times, I'll use a dot for my times sign this time. And then I need the reciprocal. We multiply by the reciprocal of that second fraction. So flip it over and we have 4/15. Now I can multiply these together, but it's going to be nicer to simplify these first while the numbers are still split apart, smaller, and more vulnerable. 2 and 4, for example, are both even. I'm going to divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then the 9 and the 15 also have a common factor of 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now that I have finished that, I can multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. over 1 times 5, which is 5. I have my answer. It's fully simplified, but you're going to notice here it's improper, so we need to divide 6 by 5. And this one's pretty easy to do. 6 divided by 5. 5 goes into 6 once. We get a remainder of 1 as well, and that goes over the divisor of 5. So I have 1 and 1/5. I'll write that down here. I got a little crowded here on my space. But 6/5 is the same thing as 1 whole and then 1/5 left over. And that's, you can see why, because if you remove 5/5, that's the 1 whole that goes out in front. But by removing 5/5, you still have 1/5 remaining that needs to be included on the back end there. So 1 and 1/5. All right, good luck on the test tomorrow.